Yes, Mr. Tartaglione.
Good evening. Before I start my presentation tonight, I'd like to make a suggestion. It's 10 o'clock at night, and residents to be heard section always comes up towards the end of the meeting. And I can understand why you'd want me at the end of the meeting. But my suggestion to the council would be, maybe in the beginning of the meeting, we could have residents to be heard for the seniors. Because I know there's a lot of seniors that would like to speak, but they don't come because the residents to be heard section is so late.
Yeah. My offer still stands. If there's a resident that is coming that has another requirement that wants me to move them up the agenda, just notify me in advance or signal me, and I'll pull your matter up. Thank you. That still stands. That's always been the policy.
That's great. I never realized that.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
My presentation tonight, Mr. French, and I know this is a little uncomfortable situation for everybody, but I'd like to speak about the illegal building at your home again.
What is the matter before the council, sir?
Well, I'm gonna, sir.
No.
I'd like to make a presentation, and then
No,
at the end
that's
of
not
my
what we're here for.
presentation, I will give you the matter before
No,
the council.
we need the matter right now.
No, I make my presentation,
No,
and then
this is not-
as
this is a
any
business meeting of the
presentation,
Rice
at
City
the end of the
Council.
presentation,
No.
there's a call for action, and
No.
you will give me my
This
call
is
of
a
action.
business meeting of the Rice City Council.
Yes, and I'm.
What
and
is the
I'm-
matter that you want to talk to the council about?
The matter that I'd like to talk to the council about is illegal building that
Well,
you did.
he's the chief enforcement officer. Make a meeting with him or the building department.
Well,
You can take
I'd
a
like,
complaint to them.
I would like the city council to see the affidavits that I brought this evening, because you just denied that you did any illegal building. I'd like to present it to them, and then I'd
But
like
that's-
them,
this is
I'd
not
like
the
them
forum
to
for
make.
that.
Well, it is.
It is not
It is,
the
sir.
form for that.
That's
No,
right.
it's not.
It-
Council,
sir.
since it's directed at me, is there a consensus on the council to deal with this now?
Mr.
Or
French.
not?
No
I'm talking to the
interest.
council, sir.
I have 5 minutes to
No,
speak.
you don't.
Yeah.
This is our business meeting of the Rice City Council.
So because I want to speak against you,
No.
you won't let me speak.
No,
Is
it's
that correct?
what's the issue you
When
want the
Mr.
council to
Schubert,
address?
when Mr. Schubert wanted to speak, the way you silenced him was you called a psychiatric unit.
No, stop.
And
See,
then,
this is not a
and then
personal
when, and then when
accusation.
he still wanted to speak, then you had him arrested.
No. You know what, sir?
So
Moving
now,
on.
are you going to call the police and have me arrested?
We're moving
because I'm
on.
Mr.
Any
Schubert?
other residents that would like to speak on matters for the city
Mr.
council?
French, are you going to call the police and have me arrested and not allow me to speak?
Well, let me just explain, if I can, Mr. Tartaglia, about this. As applies to any property owner in the city of Rye, the enforcement is all through the city manager. And we have a city manager form of government in which, most specifically, the council is forbidden to get involved with enforcement matters. And this was done for very sensible reasons, which is, I have a friend, you have a friend, gee, I'd like the police to look into this, that, one thing, another, and so on and so forth. And so we are not allowed to directly communicate with department heads other than through the city manager, because of the fact that we do have a city manager form of government. So we, as a council, are not to hear enforcement complaints. That goes to the city manager. And the reason is for the very reason that you're suggesting, which is whether or not there might be bias in one form or another related to the council. So that's why we're not in this business, constitutionally. If you look at the city charter, you'll see why they set up a city manager form of government.
Yes.
Specifically, so the council members wouldn't be, how should I say, grinding their own particular little
Okay.
issue and trying to get DPW to do what they would like and so on and so forth. So that's the constitutional reason
Okay, I understand.
why we're not ever going to be in the enforcement business. That if some resident has a serious complaint about his neighbor,
Okay.
he's your guy.
Okay. here's
So
my-
that's so the mayor is right in saying that you need to get an appointment, and I'm sure the city manager will be willing to do this to discuss this. So, but we're not. We're not in this business.
Thank you, Mr. Jarvich.
Okay.
Man, to respond to you. I'm not asking the city council to do any enforcement. I want to make my presentation to the city council, and I want to explain to the city council how the city manager is not doing his job. What I want to do is I want him to investigate him. And I'd like to make my presentation to explain to you why he is not investigating him when he should. Now, you're his boss. This council is all his boss. At the end of my presentation, I'd like to ask each one of you what you feel should be done.
I've already given you my answer.
And I'm not asking for enforcement. I want to know if you think he's not doing his job, and at the end of my presentation, if you say he's doing his job, he should stay, he don't have to enforce the law, that's fine. But I'd like to make my presentation.
No, sir, I'll tell you what.
Get a glass of water.
You take your complaint through the proper course, like every other resident, and he will enforce the law.
I brought my complaint. I brought my complaint to the city. I gave it to Mr. Pickup. Has anything been done about the illegal building that you did?
You
at
could
your
follow
house?
up with Scott
You
at
said
another
to
time.
me that you didn't do it. Now, I have a letter here from a title company that says that you were issued a violation on your home. I have
This is
an
not the
affidavit
forum,
here, and I'm
sir.
hoping that the camera's watching on this affidavit.
Right.
That says that you built without a permit, and you were charged with that. It says offense, and it says on 7/1/2011.
Mr. Tartaglia, we've had this conversation, so I think let's not play to the
Excuse me,
cameras.
sir.
Let's have a conversation.
I'm
No,
addressing
Mr.
the council.
Tartaglia,
No,
I'm going
we're
to explain to
moving
you
on, sir.
a piece of information because you're not telling the truth, and at least you can sit here and tell the
Well,
truth.
then maybe.
Or maybe it's your version of the truth, which
Okay.
sometimes is a little different than other versions. So let's be honest about this, Mr. Tartaglione. That is a phone call recording. That, which I've told you, by the way.
You've told me?
Yes.
We've never had a conversation about this.
Absolutely we have. So
The only
stop.
conversation we've ever had was here, this day.
You know what, we're moving on.
That is a phone conversation. I'd be more than
this is
happy to
not
sit
the
down and
forum.
talk to you about enforcement actions,
So
Mr.
let me ask you a
Tartaglione.
question.
This is the business meeting of the Rock City
was,
Council.
Maybe you're
No.
right, and I'm wrong. Hold on.
No, you hold
I'm
on.
wrong.
Please, sir, sit down.
Please
This is the business meeting of the City Council.
Father
It's
sit
not-
down?
Yes, I'm telling you to sit
Thank
down.
you, Dad.
Who else, any other residents that would like to be
So
heard?
maybe
Yes,
you
come
can
up,
tell
please.
me that this violation says V000758 is for a phone call complaint, correct? Is that what you're telling me?
Scott,
I'd be more than happy to explain that to you again, Mr.
Can you tell me how many phone
Tartaglione.
call complaints I have on Hen Island? Can you give me the numbers that I have on my complaints on Hen Island?
Mr. Tartaglione, I'd be more than happy to sit down and discuss with you, as we have in the past, multiple levels of all of your complaints about multiple items. Be more than happy to do that.
We're here to do the city's business.
So,
Okay, it's not, this is not, the no, it's not. This is accusations that you're making that are false.
You renovated a complete house.
You're wrong in your accusations.
Okay.
Okay.
Next people.
Would you like to come up and speak or not? Or we'll just go to another agenda item? Do you want to come up and speak?
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
This is.
No,
Here's what
we have a
here's-
resident
you
who'd like
say
to
no.
hear.
Here's a brand new kitchen. There's no building permits on your house.
There's no
Here's a
reason.
brand new kitchen, here's a brand new bathroom.
You're wrong
I don't-
about that, sir.
Well, can you show me the permits?
What? Take it to the enforcement officer. You're wrong. Every accusation you're making is false.
I didn't make this accusation.
Home
I have-
Depot cabinets-
I have a violation here.
Home Depot cabinets that I threw in back in 1995 is not a violation, sir.
I'm sorry?
Never mind.
Take it up
Never
with,
mind.
take it up with
More
the
than
city.
happy.
manager.
Moving
I have
along.
a letter here from Westco Title that says that you have a violation, that your house can't be sold in its present condition because you have a CO for a two-family house and you have a one-family home.
Yes, we've explained that.
Explain
No,
it,
don't,
'cause I
don't
know
bother.
it.
Don't bother. Just let's
It is
move
zoned
on.
as two-family, but it was renovated to a single-family when I bought the house. You called a woman in
Where's the-
Georgia,
where's
sir.
the permit?
You had somebody call the former resident in Georgia to check that
She's
out.
not in Georgia, she's in the Lifesaver building.
No, that's her
in Georgia.
daughter. See, you've got it all wrong, sir. Please sit down. Any other residents? Let's go, we're moving on. This is not a forum for accusations. This is the city business that's important to the residents of Rye.
They're not accusations, sir.
Yes, they are.
These are facts, and if you could tell me different, I'll be glad to retract all
No,
my
you-
stations.
No, you come up with the right facts to the right channel, which is the enforcement officer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.